Hi, this is Gary at Garage Monkey San. This is the fourth episode in my hashtag Save a Microwave series, where I take a discarded microwave and make things from it. In episode 3, I made a spot welder from the microwave transformer. In this episode, I wanted to use my spot welder to see how well it performed. So in this build, I used the fan from the microwave and built a metal enclosure around it. Using mostly sheet metal from the microwave, I slowly spot welded a housing around the fan. Memories are weird. Sight, sound, smell, and touch triggers long forgotten memories. Folding, hammering, and assembling sheet metal triggered a memory about lunch boxes. When I was in grade school, our lunch boxes were made of sheet metal. No nylon sacks, no plastic Tupperware, just stamped sheet metal formed into a box. The hinge was integral to the lid. It was rolled around a wire at the rear. The spring-loaded metal clasp made a unique clank when flipped closed. There was some plastic. The handle and the thermos lid were plastic. The thermos bottle always gave me problems. My small hands could never twist open the top. My mom would swear she didn't tighten the top, but sometimes even the janitor would struggle to open it. Then there were times when the inside liner would break. The insulating liners were made of glass. The glass was mirrored. We'd peer into the mouth pretending we were inside a mysterious mirrored cave. We'd shout into it, listening for the echo. Imagine giving children fragile glass drinking containers today. The lunch boxes had themes, TV shows like The Munsters, or popular toys like G.I. Joe or Barbie, or comic books like Batman or Superman. Of course, like everything, you were judged by the lunchbox you carried. Kids looked down on others who used brown paper bags. Kids are mean. For the life of me, I can't remember the theme of my lunchbox. I do remember the lunchbox I wanted. It was the Auto Race Magnetic Game Kit. On the lid was an illustration of a 1965 Chaparral, and the board game was printed on the bottom. Included in the lunchbox was 2 magnetic cars and a spinner selector. My friend had this lunchbox. I remember the sound of the magnetic cars contacting the metal game board, the feel of the thin sheet metal, the slamming of the loose metal lids, rushing to take turns before lunch would end. It was marketing genius to turn a household item into a child's game. Speaking of toys, lunchboxes weren't the only thing made of sheet metal. Many toys are made of sheet metal. The most known are the Tonka toys, large-scale vehicles made of stamped steel, assembled by rivets and slots and tabs. Receiving a Tonka as a gift was always a happy occasion. Of course, today, Tonka toys are collectible. There were other tin toys. A favorite was a sparkler. It consisted of a wheel and a plunger. You pressed the plunger and the wheel would spin. Mesmerizing sparks would fly out of the spinning wheel. Crazy stuff. Here you have a toy made of sharp metal, spinning quickly, spitting out hot embers. This toy would be banned today. Another tin toy that had a plunger was a top. The top was made of stamped steel halves. It was shaped like a prototypical flying saucer. Along the vertical axis was a twisted metal bar. You'd press down on the plunger and the top would spin. The faster you plunged, the faster the top would spin. I only remember the racket it made. Many tin toys were wind-ups. A coil spring inside a gears assembly would drive various mechanisms. My most prized wind-up toy was an expensive Lotus race car. My uncle bought it for me on my birthday. Being a maker, I abused most of my toys. Most were disassembled, never to be reassembled again. However, I always cherished my Lotus race car. It had working steering and independent suspension. It had real knockoff wheels. It came with a tool and I freakily tore it down. Miraculously, I never lost any of the parts. It was the only toy that survived my hacking youth. Tin toys were short-lived in my childhood. Quickly, plastic toys flooded the market. Plastics inundated the world. The tin toys lost favor and were either discarded, destroyed, or rusted in the backyard. But for some reason I remember these tin toys over the many, many plastic toys. Plastic toys don't have a feel, sound, or taste. Plastic toys are inert, dead. I remember tin toys having more flavor. Maybe these memories of playing with tin toys is the reason I'm on a kick to make things from sheet metal. I could have easily created a fan enclosure from sheet plywood. I've done it in a previous video. But woodworking doesn't scratch my creative itch. There's so many woodworkers in the maker community. Maybe I just wanted to be different. Or maybe I just want to recreate the toys I played when I was a kid. So be a kid. Get inspired by old memories. Save a microwave. Use sheet metal from discarded appliances. Create new memories by making stuff. Oh, and the spot welder worked great. It isn't perfect, but it got the job done. I'll surely be using it in future projects. Mahalo for watching. Aloha.